When people commit crimes, they usually have a solid game plan, but sometimes things don't always go exactly right. Like in this case, while the shopkeeper was counting sheep, this robber seized the opportunity to try and count some extra cash. Too bad his butterfingers got in the way. Close call, my guy. Maybe you should listen to your boss and stop sleeping on the job. And maybe this guy should find a new way to hide his face from the cameras, because there's gotta be a better way. I mean, cut some eye holes out of the box at least. Yeah, I'm not surprised this took place in Florida. I guess this is what happens when a former Taco Bell employee gets the munchies at 2 a.m. On one hand, I get it. Sometimes you need to think outside the bun and cook yourself a Crunchwrap Supreme.
Yeah, boy.
But here's some advice. If you really want to get away with burglary, and you're not going to want to miss watching this criminal completely embarrass himself in front of all these people. He walks in thinking he's going to intimidate everyone to get what he wants. But when none of them are fazed by his demands, he's forced to run away in shame. Man, I get secondhand embarrassment just watching this. But he's not the only guy with embarrassing criminal behavior. This lawbreaker is one of the goofiest attempted heists I've ever seen. Like, this thief really thought he'd be able to just take the art off the wall and stick it in his sweatshirt, but no, that's not happening, buddy. He even tried walking out the front door with it, but obviously he was immediately caught. Here's another guy who was dumb enough to try the "no one will know if I hide this thing under my shirt" trick. But he took it a step further by trying to hide a chainsaw under his shirt. I guess he was desperate to chop a Christmas tree down or something. Speaking of Christmas, yeah, something tells me this guy's gonna be serving some extra time. Annoying neighbors are the worst, especially if they're totally cool with committing property damage. At least in this case, karma hit fast. I guess this brings a whole new meaning to the phrase, "don't let the door hit you on the way out." If you're trying to get away with robbery, it's important to hide your identity, which is why disguising yourself with a see-through plastic bag probably isn't the best option. Yeah, this guy might as well have left a note for the cops with his address on it. Sometimes people would rather fake their identities than hide it. Lucky for us, a Ring camera caught the moment this guy knocked on the door and claimed to be the police.
Police!
And the look on his face when he realizes he's been caught is priceless. Smile, dude, you're on YouTube. And despite a valiant effort, so are these robbers.
3 thieves roll
And brandish an imaginary weapon. Too bad for this guy, though. The cops found him shortly after and put him in a very real jail. You have to be pretty bold to steal someone's bike, but you have to be even bolder to try to do it right outside a police station. Yeah, it didn't take him long to get caught, and instead of going on the Tour de France, he went on a Tour de Présentiel. If stealing a bike from the front of a police station wasn't confusing enough, here's a guy trying to do it while it's strapped to the back of a moving vehicle. Not the most subtle approach, but hey, A for effort. Using your child as part of your evil scheme to steal a laptop should automatically land you a life sentence in jail. Seriously, this doesn't really seem like a healthy daycare alternative. Sometimes thieves come in threes, and by the looks of it, everyone plays their part. The plan was simple. 2 of them distract the store owner while the other pockets the goods. Bold move, ladies, tracking their every move. And let's be honest, it wasn't the quietest approach. They aren't the only ones using construction equipment during their heist. These guys did the same thing. Only this time, their getaway plan included shoving the ATM inside the roof of the getaway vehicle. They're lucky the car suspension held up. I guess this is what happens when your plan starts off without a hitch. In this CCTV footage, we can see 4 thieves flawlessly steal 2 brand new phones. While the store owner is distracted by one of them, the other quietly sneaks behind to steal the merchandise. And they probably would have gotten away with it if it wasn't for the fact that there was a camera facing right at them. And this is what happens when your plan goes horribly wrong. While these criminals were trying to steal from a gas station, their vehicle got stuck halfway through the heist. Yeah, you should probably give up if your getaway vehicle can't even get away strong enough to pull it off. Maybe the sandals were the problem. They seem to fly off too easily. Bring the closed-toed shoes next time. This proves that even criminals need to stay hydrated. After ransacking this establishment, this guy realized he was parched, so he went to the kitchen to get a drink of water. And that's how this camera caught him breaking the golden rule of burglary. Never show your face. Here's another rule of burglary. Don't grab anything that's hot. I guess we can't blame the guy. He wanted a kebab. This guy ran into the store with the intention of robbing the owner blind, but he seemed to forget the first step of being a good criminal. You've got to actually intimidate your target. The owner literally finished getting his customer's meal despite being threatened at gunpoint. No wonder the criminal just gave up and walked away. Rappelling for the ceiling might look easy in the movies, but it never seemed to translate well in the real world. I mean, it definitely did it for this burglar.